Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am Katie. So today I'm gonna walk you through my whole plant collection and I'm gonna show you all the updates, and I'm also gonna talk about and show you the beneficial insects that I ordered from the Nature Good guys about a week ago. And I'm just really excited to try out something new, especially when it comes to prevent the spider mites, because it was a lot of hassle to remove the spider mites like manually. Like I would see them quite often and I would have to like shower all my plants underwater, and I would have to spray the leaves with either neem oil or insecticidal super soap. So it was a lot of work and hassle just to get rid of them. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I ordered and wanted to give a try to this beneficial insects, because they would just do the work for you. Like you don't really even have to do anything because they feed on a lot of mites. Like I ordered the Alocasias and their target pests are broad mites, russet hemp mites, thrips, whiteflies, and a lot of other species. So yeah, I'm really excited. I released them about a week ago and I see a lot of like active little mites already crawling on the leaves. And the good thing is I do keep an eye on the leaves like every day, and I haven't seen a one spider mite since. So you can either order the bottle mites or the slow release sackets, and I ordered the slow release sackets because before I ordered them, like about a week ago before I ordered them, I already like rinsed and got rid of all the spider mites. So I didn't want to like waste the bottled mites who are already like active and really hungry to find food. So yeah, I went for the slow release sackets because that's what they say here: don't fight the pest, prevent them. So yeah, I haven't thankfully seen any mites since I released the sacket, so I'm really excited about these. And it says here that like hang 1 per 6 feet. So the Ikea cabinet is about 6 feet. And I just placed them a little closer than they said it on here, but I released like one on each level. So I mean, usually my cabinets would get some outbreaks. So yeah, I really want to make sure that I will not see any spider mites in my cabinet. But yeah, I think let's start with my favorite section, my IKEA cabinet, and show you all the plants there. So here's my IKEA cabinet, and there's a lot of plants in it. I move plants in and out like all the time, so I'm gonna show you what I have in the cabinet currently. But unfortunately my thermometer broke. It was inside the cabinet, and I don't know if it got maybe too humid inside, but now I can't tell if the humidity level is 46, 56, or maybe 86, but at least the temperature is still working. But yeah, let's see what's in the cabinet. My Gupria is getting crazier and crazier every time. It just keeps pushing out new leaves like crazy. And I placed a sacket right here in the middle. Let's see if we can find some active mites. There's one right there, just doing its job. I turned the fans off so you can hear me a little better, but I found another one right here. They are really tiny and they actually walk extremely fast. This one is a little slower, but I have spotted them walking really fast. Like look at this one for example. Look how fast they just walk. And I don't know why, but it's so satisfying to like watch them, because I know that they are beneficial and they don't do any harm to my plants. They actually eat on those freaking spider mites. I don't really have any updates to give you on my black velvets. I don't know, like some leaves are giving me those weird yellow spots and I can't really tell the reason why. But I did cut off a few leaves on this one already. But this one is starting to work on a new leaf, slowly but surely. I really love the middle and the lower shelf. They are just so full, and there's some of my favorite plants in there. So right here in the front, I have a few variegated Alocasia. I have two of my variegated fried eggs. Ooh, this one is pushing out a new leaf already right here in the middle. And I got these two from the Perfect Choice nursery down in Miami. And the new leaves are, let's say they just could do a little better. For some reason they are struggling, and I don't know if it's maybe the soil they're in. It looks or feels really heavy and compact, so I'm going to transfer them into my soil mix soon, but I'm going to let them acclimate a little more before I do so. But yeah, I have these plants in the middle shelf. And then here's my Mahorisa Variegated Alocasia. This one is doing really good. I grew these from corms, and there's 4 corms in it. As you can see, like one is really variegated versus, let's see, the 2 are really green. So the variegation is not always promised, and there's still like one here trying to like sprout. But this one is really promising. Let's see. I'm trying to be careful. There's mites all over the leaves. But here's my Alocasia Silver Dragon. This one is doing really good. It's currently working on 3 new leaves, and it just pushed out a new leaf right here. Like it's really vibrant green color. But I'm really amazed how well it does. I am really happy because in the past I had to cut all the leaves off because of the spider mite damage, and yeah, I was left with 1 leaf. So I'm really happy to see the comeback on this plant. And right next to I have my Alocasia sinuata. This leaf is just gorgeous. It's the newest leaf, and all right, so I just see that it's actually working on a flower right here in the middle. I thought it was gonna be a new leaf. I was excited, but actually I really want to try to pollinate my Alocasias. I want to like, you know, mix 2 plants together and see how that new plant is gonna look like, but I haven't really gotten any flowers on Alocasias right now, but I am gonna save the pollen on that one if it does so. And this is one of my favorites. It's Alocasia Maharani. It is also currently working on a new leaf right here. And this leaf, I just can't even describe. This is like huge, absolutely huge. It's even bigger than the last time I showed you this plant. But I just love it, and there's also a lot of mites on it. This is my Alocasia Aslani. I have 1 saccade right here on this plant, and these mites definitely love this plant because I don't know, it feels like there are like hundreds of those little Suriski mites on it. But it's good because like this plant would always get a lot of spider mites, and I see that it's currently working on a new leaf right here in the middle. Like there's a growth point right here. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, this plant does so well for me, and I don't know if you can see, but like this is just my favorite leaf. It is so purple or so pink, and others are just really green. Oh, and this is the newest leaf here as well. This is a baby leaf. It is so pretty. Look at them all. And I don't know if they're just sleeping or just taking a break, but they are not really moving except this little guy here. And there's a lot on this leaf here as well. And moving on to the lowest shelf, I have here my Alocasia Ninja. This new leaf is absolutely gorgeous. It is really similar to Black Velvet, but you can definitely tell the difference. Its newest leaf, unfortunately, is struggling, not doing so good. It has some like weird spots on it and some holes in it. I investigated the plant and I didn't see any thrips or any other mites that could potentially hurt this plant. So I don't know if it's just a stress from something. I don't really know, but I have this little plastic cup right underneath so it can just grow some roots and absorb the water whenever it needs one. I am actually going to move all my plants into self-watering planters soon. I am keeping the pots, but I'm just gonna like make my DIY like system for them. I'm gonna show you on the next video how I'm gonna do so. But yeah, here's the ninja. And I haven't showed you this plant yet, but here's my Monstera Thai constellation. It just pushed out a new leaf and it is so pretty and so shiny, and I just love Monsteras and I just can't wait for this plant to get as big as my other Monsteras. Like that would be so cool because I love the splashy leaves, and I hope this one does well for me. And here is my favorite plant. It's Alocasia Variegated dragon scale. This new leaf is simply just stunning. And this one is honestly the most expensive plant in my collection. I haven't spent that much money on other Alocasias, but it's also like more rare to find, and the variegation on it just speaks its volume. So yeah, that's why it's a little bit more expensive than the other ones, but it's also currently working on a new leaf, so I'm really excited to see how the new leaf will look. I'm excited to see if the new leaf is gonna be also yellow or if it's gonna turn white maybe, so I'm excited to see that. But yeah, here's my favorite plant. And then I have a few propagations here. These silver dragon corms are not really doing anything for me. I think it was just too early to remove them. But I have some string of turtles here, and I don't really remember what Alocasia corms are these because I didn't name the cup. And let's see. Here's the plants that I received from the Sunshine Greens. These haven't really given me any new leaves currently, so these are the same. And this one and this one is the giveaway plant. I announced the winner yesterday. Today is Friday and I am shipping out the plants on Monday. But yeah, congrats to the winner. And back there, I haven't showed you this one either, but I propagated my string of hearts, and I see some roots here already, so these are doing great. And I just spilled a plant, but that's okay, I'll clean it up later. Just have to move my feet to prevent the mess. And in the back I have Alocasia Jacqueline. Like, look at this leaf, this plant. It is doing so good. I mean, the first leaves are yellowing a little bit, but that's okay. Like, that's what I realized or noticed with my first Jacqueline as well. Like, as soon as the first leaf or the new leaf like sprouts, the other ones are starting to yellow a little bit. And let's see. And same thing with this one. But they're doing good. The new leaves are doing amazing. And here's my other string of turtles. Like, look at the new growth. Like, this is so exciting for me because this is my first try propagating string of turtles. So I see that they're doing good, so I'm happy. And I don't know what Alocasia is this. I didn't name it, but... And same with this one. This one is not really doing anything for me either, but I'm just gonna give them some time. And look at these Alocasias. On this tray, I have Alocasia Polly and Alocasia Dragon's Breath. And let me just show you the plants because they are doing so well for me. So let me just get them out and show you. I have another sacket right here. but like they grow so fast. Just look at this dragon's breath. Like, what am I gonna do with these plants? I'm not really sure yet. And my pollies are doing amazing as well. Like, look, the leaves are so big. So yeah, I have my pollies and my dragon's breath here, and in the middle I have philodendron micans. So this one is just also a propagation. I propagated in fluval first, and then I transferred it over to the soil, and it's finally starting to take off. It is really cute as well. So yeah, these are the plants on the lower shelf. They are all pretty tiny. Some are getting bigger already, and they are just so cute. I am really happy with all these plants here. Moving on, I have a nice big mirror here. That's where I take some selfies and plant pictures sometimes. And right next to it, I have all my hanging plants. I don't have a lot, and I don't have a lot of updates to show you here, but my philodendron micans, I propagated it probably about like a few weeks ago, and I'm finally starting to see like new growth here, so I'm excited for that. And I did trim my string of hearts as well not too long ago, and it's already touching the ground again. Like, this is such a fast growing plant for me. And right next to it, I have another Alocasia, Variegated, and this one is doing really good. These leaves are pretty big, and this is the newest leaf. So yeah, that is doing really well for me. And this is the little corner right by the south-facing window. I have my Ikea mini greenhouse cabinet right under Perina T8 grow lights. And I have this Jacqueline style leaf here. I'm just letting it dry because when I got back from Savannah, Georgia, this leaf was like really weak and like it was already yellowing. So I just decided to cut it off. And I think I want to like eventually frame it like when it's completely dry. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, because this leaf is just too pretty to throw away. And right here I have my peperomia. I have some bell peppers growing, and my Ikea cabinet is right here. I have some philodendron micans like cuttings here, and they are already like growing new leaves or stems. So that is exciting. Can't wait to see how they do. And in my cabinet, I have some Alocasia propagations here. These are the Friday leaves that I propagated not too long ago, and they already sprouted new leaves. And I have some other Alocasia corms here that haven't done anything for me, and some are already ready to transfer into soil. So yeah, I gotta do that soon. And here is my Alocasia Jacqueline. I am really excited to see that it's finally working on a new leaf. Like, this plant is so slow to push out new leaves for some reason. And I don't know why, but like it is struggling for me a little bit. At least the older ones. Like, this one is the newest leaf right here. And this one is doing really good. So I am really hopeful that the new leaf is gonna be as big and as lush and beautiful as this one here. But yeah, I just cut off this new leaf, and I think eventually I'm gonna cut off these two other leaves that are struggling at the moment. But yeah, I'm really excited for this plant. And right next to it, I have my Alocasia fried egg. This one is giving me some yellow spots, but I think it's because I either over fertilized it or maybe just needs more nutrients, but I'm gonna get to this plant soon. And right here I have a few more Alocasias. Polly just pushed out a new leaf, and my Sinuata is pushing out new leaves like crazy as well. And so is the Odora. And this is the pink dragon. For some reason the new leaf like developed some holes in it, and I can't really tell why. And right by the window I have my Alocasia variegated fried eggs. These two are the ones that I got from the Sunshine Greens after 3 months waiting, but they're actually doing really good. The new leaf looks really promising. I can see the variegation on that one, and they just really love it in perlite and stratum mix. So I'm gonna keep them here for a while. And this one, this leaf is struggling a little, so this one has to go, but it's also working on a new leaf, so I'm excited for that. And this variegation is just really pretty. It is really unique. This is Alocasia nebula's newest leaf. I had to cut the two oldest one off because they were yellowing and browning, and I think it was because I transferred them into my DIY soil too quick. I didn't really let them acclimate first, but yeah, lesson learned. But this one is doing okay, and there are some mites behind the leaves. I don't know if you can see them, but there's one right there. But yeah, I'm having them right by the window. They are getting like some shadow here and a little bit of sunlight, so I think it's a good spot for them. And right down here I have another poly. I think this poly is working on a new leaf. And also my dragon spreads are doing good. This is the newest leaf. It is really big, and I just love how green it looks like here. And this one is also working on a new leaf, and it looks like it's gonna be a really big one. This is my other Alocasia fried egg. I think there are a few corms in there for sure. This one is doing something for me, but there are like 5 individual plants in this pot, so I might need to repot them into a bigger pot soon. And these are all the Alocasias that I propagated in Fluval last summer, and look how much they have grown. Like, this is crazy. Let me just get them out from this tray, and I'm gonna show you them one by one. So this is my Alocasia dragon's breath, and there are a few corms in this pot for sure. It is not one plant. I like to pot a few corms together just to get this fuller look, but I seriously can't believe how much this plant has grown for me, and the leaves are pretty big and juicy. So I'm really happy how this plant has grown for me, because they were all actually really root bound when I returned back from Europe, and because of that I lost a lot of leaves, but they have definitely come back for me, and I am just really excited to see how big they can grow for me. This plant is definitely my favorite. It's Alocasia Silver Dragon. Look how full this plant is. This is just crazy, and they're all so green and healthy. And I also have a one socket here, so there are actually some mites on it, so I shouldn't have shaken this plant, but these plants are just doing amazing. And they are right by the south-facing window where they receive a lot of bright light and sometimes even some direct sun, so looks like they don't mind it. This one is the Maharani. This is the newest leaf right here. This one is not as full. This one has 3 corms in it, so, but this is a nice upsize. And this one is my Alocasia Poly. This one pushed out new leaves as well. But look at this plant. Aren't they all just so full and so pretty? And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 individual corms. I should probably separate them soon, I think. This is my Alocasia cuprea. This one is growing really fast and it's getting actually really tall. If your cuprea leaves are facing like downwards, it just gives you like signs that they need less light. Like I had this plant in my Ikea cabinet under the lower shelf and it got a lot of light there, and the light was like really close to the plant, so the leaves, they just like start like tilting like that. So if you do get sign like that, just remove them from its current place and move them somewhere where it receives a little less intense light. But yeah, this one is doing amazing as well. And here is my Alocasia aslani. This leaf is just gorgeous. It's really big, and it is also currently working on some new leaves. And yeah, I am just really happy with these plants. Sometimes I just can't believe how big and like how fast they grow. And this is Alocasia Regal Shield. I got this plant from the plant festival here in Vero Beach, and this plant just grows in crazy speed. Like this is the size when I first bought them, and look at the massive upsize. Like from this leaf to this, it's pretty amazing. And I love this plant because it kind of looks like the leaves kind of look velvety, and it's also working on its new leaves. So yeah, looks like the spring is here. Everyone is pushing out new leaves like crazy. So yeah, that's exciting for me. But yeah, this is definitely my favorite. And like these two, look at these two. And in this corner here, I have some monsteras and some other Alocasia. But yeah, this monstera hasn't really done anything for me since I repotted it. I think it just went through some little shock, so it's just taking its time to come back. But this monstera, this is the newest leaf, and it looks really pretty. And I have a few more monsteras and Alocasias, but nothing crazy to show you. But yeah, these are all the plants and all the updates. So yeah, I think that's all. I hope you enjoyed the video. I just realized I'm in a rush right now because it's 5 o'clock in 15 minutes and me and my boyfriend and our neighbors are going to play pickleball, so I better go get ready. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, and I will talk to you soon.